¿Ya estando la música ya empieza?
I love Micheladas.
Hey everybody, this is the I Love Micheladas show, and today we got a very special guest. We got Miguel Tacocidal himself. And any of you guys that follow I Love Micheladas or go to Hecho en LA at Smorgasburg and you see all the artwork this whole year, this is the man behind it, the creative genius.
Yeah.
And I love everything you do, dude. I love your name, your style, your artwork.
Thanks.
First of all, how did you start Tacocidal? Like the idea. Oh, if any of you guys seen the taco, like the Dodger shirts or the LAFC,
taco,
this is the man right here.
We got some taco themed gear, hats, shirts, whatever. Yeah. I'm gonna try not to say too many times. I know right now.
Say whatever.
When I started, or Tacocidal came about, I was doing some artwork for a taco themed show. No. Was it a taco themed show? It
like
was
a
some
music
sort
show
of,
or like an art show?
It was an art show. It was a themed art show. No, this is what it was. It was a themed art show. It was for bikes. I still kind of do ride my bike around, but not as much as before. But we were getting really into this bike. The whole bike scene around here is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And someone let me know that they were taking submissions for an art show. I was gonna do a.
How old were you?
I want to say maybe this is like 6-7 years ago.
Okay.
So not too long ago, and I was just messing around, and I was gonna do what basically is the logo now for Tacocidal Tendencies. I was gonna make it say suicidal tendencies.
Oh, okay.
So it was gonna be a whole play on that. Punk rock. I love
on
punk rock music and cycling. So I was gonna do a skull with like some sunglasses as a bike, and it was gonna say suicidal tendencies. But at the time, I was hungry, and I like tacos. And me and my now wife, girlfriend at the time, and most of my friends, we mess around with like puns, and we're always doing like pun type of stuff, bouncing ideas off each other. And same thing with the tacos kind of came up. Tacocidal tendencies was like, that's a pretty funny pun. Maybe I'll do that just as a joke for now, and then see how that goes. And I was also trying to do one of those like, hey, this year I'm gonna make sure I do a drawing every month. So it kind of fell in line. All these things kind of fell into place, and I came up with the Tacocidal tendencies. Thought it was kind of funny, and I was trying to also learn how to screen print at the time. So I was gonna make some prints, and some people were like, "Oh, that's cool. I'll take." So
were you making your own gear at the time?
When I started, yes. Mostly for the most part of like, there wasn't that much demand of, or not. It sounds weird to say all that stuff, but it was like, 2 or 3 people were like, hook me up with one of those, or I'll bring you a shirt.
What was the first design? Was it just the logo?
It was just a skull. It's for anybody that hasn't seen it, if you Google Tacocidal Tendencies, it basically looks like the Suicidal Tendencies skull with a little hat, and it says Tacocidal on the hat, and then the little guy's crunching a taco, and it says Tendencies on the bottom. And I was gonna just put some on some T-shirts, and it was gonna be haha, and more people kind of wanted a shirt. I was doing it originally just because for screen printing purposes it was easier to do a black print on a white shirt, but nobody likes wearing a white T-shirt. Me wearing a black T-shirt. So then I was trying to figure out how to make a black T-shirt, and then from there some other things kind of came about, and I really like I guess more also into the whole background of the thing is that I like making artwork. I'm like kind of like I like making illustrations, and so that it just kind of naturally, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know if it's the same for you with the restaurant or the Michelada, where it's just kind of organically.
Yeah, well, I feel like all the guests that we've had so far. Well, and first let's make a Michelada.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All the guests we've had so far, it's kind of the same thing where it's like one thing next to another.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's one of my favorite things so far about all the people I've been interviewing.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like it wasn't really my intention. I just kind of like did one thing and I did the next thing, and then I just kept going. And it's about like that keeping going and moving forward and.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's weird. I mean, there have been a ton of things where I'm kind of just like a working professional, like a lot of people do, and this is definitely something that I just like to do on the side. Cheers. And
what's your main job?
I'm a graphic artist for a production music company, so a lot of graphic design, logos.
Anything that people might have seen, or is that kind of like, oh, I can't really talk about it?
Well, so I've had a ton of jobs doing a ton of things. I used to work for like a children's stationery company. I used to do like
Really?
SpongeBob SquarePants, like
No way.
pencils and shit.
No
yeah,
way.
like when as soon as you're getting started, you're like, yeah, I'll work for
I'll do
that. I don't
anything.
care. And I did that. I worked for a band merchandising company for a really long time, and I would do a lot of the it was called band merch. So all the band's merch, like hats, t-shirts, the whole nine. And that was really what one of the things that I enjoy most, and I still do. Like, I do a lot of that freelance stuff because I love music. I love making artwork, and that's kind of like the perfect thing. And to also have other people that, really like, a musical artist. And so I made a t-shirt for that band, and then the other people like love it. Like, that whole juxtaposition of how all that stuff comes together.
It's like when you see someone walk and they have band shirts.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
you think more of the band, but then but really it's the style and the art on the shirt that makes it cool.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's a collaboration between your ideas of what the band is and
Yeah.
the style on the shirt.
And kind of like the style that I mess with the most is kind of probably with a band that I really enjoy, So it's like, I don't know if it's the same for you when you see somebody out in the wild, like, oh yeah, fucking Micheladas makes it. Like, I love Micheladas. This is my favorite.
I love
like
Micheladas.
it's crazy to me, like when you see
Yeah, you
there-
vibe together.
And there's even band where I'm like, this band is like, I don't enjoy this at all. Like, I don't want to talk shit and be like, this band sucks, but there'll be I've seen somebody at a bus stop just wearing like, oh shit, this is a shirt that I made. Like, pull over, hey dude, let me take a picture of that. And they're like, what? And I'm just like, never mind. And you just keep going, but like, yeah, that's basically how all that kind of came together. And it's weird. It's like not a plan. It wasn't a plan, but it's just like kind of turned into a thing where it's like, cool, I get to do something that I really enjoy. Other people enjoy it, and I've met so many, like yourself.
Yeah.
I met so many cool people doing just like fucking silly.
We
drugs
met
like that.
at Taco Madness, at the first Taco Madness that
yeah.
I was involved with
Yeah.
2 years ago. You're one of the vendors, and Alex brought you on.
Yeah.
And we met, and I just like the name Tacocidal to me is just so clever.
What? Yeah. Well, yeah. That was probably, how some people are like, oh, years of practice, and then it was just like years of me messing around with my, roommates and thinking we're hilarious with our fucking puns or whatever. But yeah, it's like, and it feels so weird for it to be such a like niche thing that works with the kind of culture that's kind of happening. I don't know if it's like timing or whatever, but again, it wasn't really planned. It was just like tacos is fucking blowing up, and there are a lot of people like myself that enjoy punk rock, that enjoy tacos, the whole nine, and it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's weird. It's super cool. It's been super fun.
Is your style that you use with Tacocidal, is that what you consider your favorite style that you do, or is that just, oh here, let's put it back on.
It's all good.
It's a blooper reel.
Got this.
Is that the style that you would say like, oh, this is who I am, and sometimes I have to do other styles for work, or is that the style and you're like, this is this, but I also do other stuff? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I definitely do things at work or for clients where it's like, this pays the bills. Like, this is what you got to do. I definitely, over all of the stuff that I've ever learned, I have, I don't want to say this like, I can't say the same thing for anybody else because I'm sure you've learned a lot of things along the way that help you in so many different ways. Same thing where it's like, I can design my way around tons of different things for a lot of different people.
Yeah, because I've seen stuff that you've done, and I don't even recognize it.
Oh
as
yeah,
your work.
it's like, and I don't even, not that I'm like ashamed, but there's also stuff too where it's like, that'll be
pay the bill.
That'll be that, and like nobody really needs to know that I made that, but like it doesn't really vibe with this.
Like my SpongeBob underwear.
Yeah. If your SpongeBob backpack that you got over there. But yeah, like I definitely do. It is, I feel like I've written it out a few times where it's kind of like burned into my brain as far as like a lot of this stuff is informed in my experience here in Southern California, being Mexican American, liking punk rock. I could have been like a crazy hip hop head or something, and it probably would have turned out different. It definitely wouldn't be Tacocidal tendencies, So definitely, it's kind of like, I don't know, how does it say? Nurture, not nature.
Yeah, like nurture versus nature. So
Nurture versus nature. Like some of the, it is all definitely a product of where I came here.
And you're from LA.
Yeah.
What's your favorite LA spot to eat? What are like when you've had too many micheladas? Where do you? Where do you go?
Well, I definitely will tell you that I have rolled up a few times with Micheladas on purpose to go to like eat at Carnitas a Momo. Like
Momo's is the jam.
yeah, like I mean, since I moved down this way where we're at, I'm not necessarily on the east side anymore, so I don't get to go as much.
Yeah.
But definitely still like top for me. Like the tacos I want to eat. If anybody comes from out of town, I'm taking them over there. Like I can't say enough about how good. Like
Tacos El Momo's amazing. Well, I think one of the best carnitas ever, hands down.
Yeah, and like also the satisfaction that I get from taking people there that are just
sharing.
like, hey, what kind of tacos can you eat out here in LA? And I'm like, oh, all right, let's fucking go. Do you want to do this, or do you want to fucking sit over here and like have some crazy like backyard shit over here? We can go over here. It's a very cool. I think it's something very special as far as like what you can get out here. Yeah. And then I mean I feel like I field this question a good amount of times.
Yeah, because you're Tacocidal. I'm sure everybody's like, "What's it?"
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's crazy to me when it's like, "What's the best tacos?"
Yeah,
and I'm like, "All right, okay." Now I'm gonna ask you a few questions. I'm like, "What day is it? Are you talking about daytime tacos? Or are you talking about late night tacos? What time is it? Like, is it the weekend? Is it during the week? Are you trying to eat fish, or what kind of things do you mess with? You know." So there's like, and there's a whole gamut. You know, you can go down the list like. And that's not even touching like all the random corner spots where like it's not even like a name. It's just you just call it by the street, you know, stuff like that. So
what's your favorite taco place? What's your favorite?
We should get like spin the wheel like wheel. Like what's your favorite
breakfast one?
Yeah.
No, what's your favorite taco that you wouldn't admit so much to liking?
Ooh, oh, that's a good question.
See, she likes it.
Yeah, she's like, damn, let me get that. Let's see, taco that I wouldn't admit to eating. I mean,
and now you gotta admit.
Yeah, well, okay, I think this is perfect, and we both shared this like not that long ago. This is for Jack in the Box.
We actually ate them the other day.
Yeah,
like 2 days ago.
Yeah, those ones are like. I've been fucking with that since like high school.
Yeah, since high school.
And
I feel like it's a very staple LA food.
Yeah.
And like especially in that middle school, high school scene, right? Where it's like
it's
you get
cheap.
Your car, it's cheap. It's like $2 a taco.
You just drive through. You know, I mean, where I went to high school too is very like it's not here in the city. So I mean, I don't even know how it would be if I was in high school here. It'd probably be all kinds of weird, like getting in trouble. But like over there, you know, it's all residential. There's not that much. I went to high school in Chino. Or Chino Hills. Mm-hmm. I always say Chino because I don't know if people know what Chino Hills is, but it's, I mean, whatever. So, I mean, and back in the, I'm not trying to be all like, back in the days when I was, you know, yeah, whippersnappers, but like there, you know, all there was Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's open at like 2 o'clock in the morning, you know? Yeah. There's no Tommy's or any of the taco places over here. So, but yeah, like 2 tacos for $1, like,
yeah.
Like you used to get.
Yeah, you're a broke high school student. All your money's in gas.
Yeah, and even in like I even remember in the early 20s even too. You know, just fighting my roommate over, but like I don't want to go to Taco Bell. Get me out of here. I'm gonna go to Jack in the Box. You know, I'm gonna get those $1 2 tacos. Like I think for sure that's my. What do they call it? Where it's like a.
That's the word I was trying to think of earlier.
Yeah.
I'm still blanking out.
Where you're like ashamed.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called.
What's the word?
Guilty pleasure. The guilty pleasure. Yeah. That is definitely my guilty pleasure.
And then now, so this Sunday is actually Smorgasburg at LA, where we started the conversation, where you make all the flyers. What's your favorite s'morg vendor, or what are your recommendations for Smorgasburg?
Dude, s'morg is crazy. Well, it's cool because
you're there vending this time. You vend there once a month.
So yeah.
So anybody who wants to find your shirts.
Every second Sunday of the month, Hecho in LA, down at the row. Like, is that? You say the row, right? I mean,
the row.
It's also crazy to me when you're just like, yeah, Smorgasburg. You never heard of that? Some people are like, I'm not sure where that is. So, but yeah, s'morg down at the row every second Sunday. I mean, there's a ton of people like my homie Rolando with the Mercado Catrin. Like he's got a whole bunch of cool shit. Yeah. He's got something for everybody: stickers, little hats, pins, like little concha purses. The whole 9, or like Tijuana Freddy's. I love picking up salsa.
TJ Freddy's.
Dude, salsa's so good. The chips are super bomb. Like Lula's goodies with the little like
the
little spicy gummies.
gummy bears.
Like I mess with that all day. Get some horchata. Like
And what do you eat?
well, I mean, it's so this. I have this conversation every single time too. When I invite a good amount of people to Smorgasburg to come. That like, I work on the west side. I have friends on the east side. There are a lot of people in between. There's a lot of people that never heard of it. So I'm always trying to get people to come out. When they do come, there's 150 vendors, food vendors, or
It's like
do you guys know?
Yeah,
Or
it's
is
like
there
it depends on the day, but it's like about 50.
Yeah,
50, 75.
Oh, okay. So there's a
lot.
ton of food. Like it's crazy because people always come and they're like, "Yo, what do you eat every time?" Like I'm here once a month, but I eat the same thing every. I eat the same thing every time.
What do you eat?
I eat burritos La Palma in the morning.
Uh-huh.
I get the chicharron little burrito is like
Amazing.
my favorite thing to eat. Period. Like, it also feels weird saying that this is my favorite thing to eat ever. Like everything else sucks, but it's like everything is delicious. Like carnitas and momo is delicious.
Yeah.
Jack in the Box tacos are delicious. Chicharron little burritos from Burritos La Palmas are delicious. You know, pork belly tacos at grilla tacos is delicious. It's all good.
The conversation is always about the best, but it seems like it's such a weird way to have conversations because it's like
I know. Well, yeah, it's weird. I mean, yeah,
it's good to talk about things that are good, but to say something's the best because it's like you were saying,
weird,
right? Like
it's
what day of the week it is.
Yeah,
like,
and it's like in the sea of bests.
Yeah.
Like it's all good, but yeah, burritos La Palma all the time. I eat that. I eat the salsa, 200 free salsa on everything. The homie buttery popcorn, like that popcorn. My wife really likes popcorn, so
you know what his Instagram handle is?
Oh,
his personal one?
Popcorn Poppy.
Popcorn Poppy.
It's so good. Shout out to Popcorn Poppy.
Yeah.
But like the popcorn is like bomb. Like it's just good. It's not stale. It's so fresh and like awesome. Machine, always messing with Machine. I haven't fucked with the breakfast burrito yet, but
that's what everybody gets. Like everybody that I talk to.
But I'm trying to like save room, and I eat the same thing every time.
You can't
I get
save
the
room,
tacos.
man,
Yeah, it's like a weird. You're gonna lose every time if you're trying to save room for whatever. The Peruvian tacos, like it's fucked up because there's all this stuff to eat, and I just eat tacos basically. So
Tacocidal.
Yeah,
you gotta live up to the name.
The little llama tacos, the Peruvian ones. Yeah, Machine. Just I mean, I don't know if I've actually had anything where I was like, meh. Like there.
That's what I tell everybody. You can't go wrong.
Yeah. I mean, even like my wife gets acai bowls all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, especially when it's hot, it's like, oh yeah, get two of them. Like it's fucking, let's both have one.
What beer did you bring us? This is good.
Oh yeah. So this is like an old school. Well, I mean, it says the world's oldest brewery, but like when I was messing around, back in the days, I started seeing this on tap everywhere. And the reason why I fuck with this so much is because, I'm not like a beer professional or whatever, but someone told me that they use banana leaves somewhere in the process. Sure. So if you taste it by itself, it's got this like banana, especially this one. Try this one.
Did you throw bananas in
no,
here?
this is the hef. I bought
Oh, I didn't notice.
So sneaky old guy move. I got these at Costco. Cuz they had the fucking I also fuck with Costco a whole bunch, and they got the Bavarian whatever, like I got a whole case of this, and it has all of their beer in it, only because I like this one.
This Pilsner's really good.
Yeah,
it goes really well with the Michelada.
Yeah. So I was also before, like I watched the show, subscribe to
subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe, however they say it. I was like, damn, I don't want to kind of come with some crazy beer because I'm not, I'm not you. Yeah, I'm not Javier where it's like, oh, like all the hops is gonna pair well with the like spice of the, not bagging on him, but like, it's I'm more in the middle where it's like I'm not drinking Coors Light and just like whatever, and I'm not a crazy beer snob, but like I fuck with this beer a lot because I see it around, and I love stuff that's banana flavored.
Really?
Like I love banana flavor. So someone was like, "This has bananas, like banana flavor," and I'm like, "This is my favorite beer ever." So I thought it'd be cool, and you know, I bought that big ass case from Costco, so I was like,
That's dope.
this would be a cool combo with the
Well,
Michelada
cheers,
mix.
man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, dude, I really appreciate it. It was super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cheers, guys. And like Miguel said, like and subscribe.
Yeah.
When his mortgage work, buy his merch. Where can people find you? Where can they find you online?
Tacocidal. I think it's just Tacocidal on Instagram, and then I got some weird ass handle because somebody already did that on Twitter. So, but if you
Google him.
If you Google Tacocidal tendencies, it just comes up.
You got a Big Cartel store?
Yeah, Tacocidal at tacocidal.bigcartel.com. Tacocidal.com if you want to look at some other random stuff that I make too. And yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
This actually is really good.
Yeah, it's mega.